All right, you ready?
Go.
Okay. Hi. We're going to talk about when I was a little girl today. So here we go. So yes, do you want to tell when I took my ballet and I hated it because I was very fat, or you want to talk about kindergarten in public school,
I don't remember
or
that.
you want to talk about?
I know kindergarten.
Yes.
You needed to be right near the teacher.
Did I?
Yeah.
Why?
It was you or the Jackie.
Oh, you see, now you're getting confused. No, this conversation has to be only about
You.
me, because that's clearly all
Was
I'm
she
interested in.
very chubby when she was like 5 years old?
4 years old.
I
Why?
was huge.
She ate a lot of ice
I
cream?
have a picture where she was eating the ice cream. Do you know that she went on her own diet? She lost weight, a lot of weight.
When she was 5 years old, she
4 years
decided?
old. She did her own diet.
Right.
She lost weight. Do you
That's
remember
right,
you
I
lost
do.
weight?
But I also remember you took me to the JCC or something on Bay Parkway for ballet lessons. And I always felt like the fattest kid in the whole lineup in a tutu. I remember that.
Didn't I give in the Young Israel of... wasn't
Which
it
Young
in the Young Israel?
Was it on Bay Parkway?
No.
Then where was it? Maybe
On
on
Avenue I, the Young Israel building.
Really? That's where you had ballet?
Yes,
I went to Shabbos groups. I don't remember ballet there.
She had this. Your teacher was a Russian.
Oh my gosh. And
She
was
was
I
Russian
good?
at
She
ballet.
didn't like me because I was too fat. I couldn't move, probably. I just squashed like one of those dancing
You weren't
hippos
that
on
fat.
Fantasia.
You decided you were fat.
I was fat.
You looked at the picture and you decided you're very fat.
With an ice cream cone, I was obese, and but okay. So.
But you weren't obese. You were a little chubby, but you weren't obese.
Right. Probably I like to eat the food you made. What was your favorite food that you cooked? Did you ever like cooking?
I never liked food.
Even, right? Never liked to eat food, even.
Yes.
Right.
I never enjoyed food.
From the time you were a kid?
I guess so.
Well, you said your mother wasn't a good cook.
She wasn't. We'd have chicken soup we grew up on chicken soup.
Chicken soup's delicious.
Chicken and chicken soup. Well, it's not bad. It's not bad, but you want other things. There wasn't anything else.
So, what else? Nothing else? She didn't make anything else? She wasn't much of a housekeeper.
No, the thing is...
You didn't have money?
There were no meat wasn't in.
Right.
The war, 1940, brought out meat because the army had meat soup twice a day. So everybody began eating meat. It wasn't meat like this. To us it was chicken.
Chicken and soup.
And what do you think like lunch? What did
I don't know. What did you have for lunch?
Well, we did have sometimes gribbiness on roll.
That's
fat.
chicken fat.
Right.
Yeah.
Chicken fat on rolls.
Sometimes.
Right.
That's my favorite. I would have a tomato and lettuce, a tomato and cucumber.
No cheese.
We didn't have cheese.
You didn't have
then.
cheese.
We didn't have cheese at that time. Cottage cheese, maybe.
But not hard
I don't
cheese.
remember. It was later on, I think the cottage cheese came in. Yeah.
And this was in America. Not in Israel, you're talking about.
Not in Israel.
No.
No, in Israel wasn't much difference.
It wasn't?
Because my mother did the same cooking.
But didn't you live in your grandmother's house?
In a different apartment.
Oh, you had your own apartment. I didn't realize
She
that.
lived upstairs, we lived downstairs.
This was her mother-in-law or her mother?
Mother-in-law.
So was it nice? Was she nice to her?
She didn't like her, but you know why?
Why?
She would come and water the plants before she entered the house. And to my mother, that was a disrespect to us. You come to see your children, you don't water the plants, play around with the plants.
Uh-huh. I see. Not so good relationship-wise.
No, whatever. But they got along. They were never fighting.
No.
No.
Shalom
My mother
Bay.
wasn't a fighter.
No, she wasn't. She was a very quiet.
Very quiet.
Right.
very depressed.
That's
Very
Badana.
depressed.
Yeah.
That's Badana. Very depressed. That's not a great term for a mother, I think. That's a very sad term.
She didn't have a happy marriage.
I don't know. My father loved her.
You think so?
Yeah, he would go around and pinching her.
All over the place.
Ah.
He would do it because he
Playfully.
and she would get embarrassed, whatever.
Interesting. That's very interesting. But he was like that with you girls too. He was very playful in terms of telling you stories and joking, right?
He was a friendly person. Everyone liked him on the street. Everyone knew him. He spoke to everyone. Where my mother, I think I'm a lot like my mother now, that I don't open up. But what is it to open up to?
Well, when were you? Most of your life, except for Mimi and Harriet, you weren't that much of an open person. Who were you open to?
No, it was
Until
Mimi.
Mimi. And then it was only really at the Alps that you opened up, and
Yeah.
that was really
Well,
like
that-
a rebirth.
Yeah. Coming back to my, because I could have been before, when I went to Israel, if I didn't go to Israel, I would have turned out to be a no good girl,
Why do you say that?
because we at that time I would play hooky.
Oh.
No kidding. At 11? You were 11 years old.
I'd go to my girlfriend to call her to go to school. Her parents were the grocery people, so they were never home. She would be late, so we didn't go to school.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that. That's a news flash. Well,
Yeah,
So
and
it's
I'm
a-
saying, I know that Israel anchored me,
straightened you out.
straightened me out as far as that goes.
Wow. Is this going to be too long a file to send?
I don't know.
What
Okay.
did you say?
All right, we'll have to continue because I don't think we're going to be able to send this. Say
All right,
bye.
that's enough.
That's amazing.